Hey, what's up tech lovers? How are you all doing? I hope everything's great over there because today we're going to discover something really awesome. We're going to take a look at this new Ulefone ARMOR 29 Ultra that just hit the market, and it's a device that's going to completely redefine what a root smartphone is. We're talking about a phone with a dual active matrix organic light emitting diode screen, a 21,200 mAh battery, and a Dimensity 9300 plus processor that reaches 2.3 million points on Antutu. This isn't just a rugged phone, it's a technological beast that's going to outperform 98% of the devices on the market. And here's the best part. It has a 1000 lumen camping flashlight that can literally light up a room or a large part of the outdoors if we're outside. So it's not just a smartphone, it's a survival tool of the future. If you want to check it out, join me in this video here on TechCraft. Before we get into the details, a bit of context, because we already know that these phones are aimed at a certain type of market. And the thing is, this ARMOR 29 Ultra isn't for the average user who just checks Instagram and WhatsApp. Instead, this device is designed for professionals who work in extreme conditions. For example, people who work in construction, builders, field engineers, adventurers, emergency personnel, and anyone who needs a device that works. All else can fail. With certifications like IP68, IP69K, and military standard 810H, this phone can survive drops from almost 2 meters high. It can be submerged in more than 1.5 meters of depth for 30 minutes and withstand extreme temperatures, vibrations, shocks, and any adversity that would destroy a conventional smartphone. Here's the magic. Ulefone achieved this durability without sacrificing performance. So we're looking at a flagship disguised as a phone. Rogeriza, let's unbox it to see what's inside. Well, we find a box that looks just like the rest of the Ulefone devices we've been seeing lately. On top, we have the model in the center, the brand name, certifications on the bottom right, and on the bottom left, the typical sticker that tells us the amount of RAM it can support. When we open it, we find a welcome card, and as always, the typical cardboard box where we'll find user manuals and the tool to open the SIM card tray. And of course, an extra screen protector. Beneath, we can see the ARMOR 29 Ultra is well protected by this plastic. Below, there's a large 120W power adapter and a yellow USB-C to USB-C charging cable that looks like a high voltage cable. It's short, but it works. Pretty thick. We also get this little strap to hang it from the phone and carry it on our wrist or attach it to something. That's everything included with the ARMOR 29 Ultra. Now it's out of the box. Now let's explore the design and talk about it first. About its dimensions, since it measures 177.3 mm in height, 85.6 mm in width, and has a thickness of up to 34 mm. It has a considerable weight of 688 grams. It's a real tank, but surprisingly ergonomic considering its level of protection. The frame is built with military-grade resistant materials. Each corner is flattened and reinforced with rubber to absorb impacts and drops, and the buttons are very well distributed. On the top edge, there's a flap that protects the 3.5mm jack and an infrared sensor for remote device control. On the right edge, in this plated module, there are independent volume up and down buttons. Right below, there's the lock and unlock button to turn the device on and off. Also features a fingerprint sensor that works great and very quickly. And right below, we see this small textured orange button, which will serve us to trigger the camera like this, either horizontally or vertically. It's a quick access to be able to take pictures with our camera. On the bottom edge, we can find the main speaker, which is the only one the device has, and it's very well protected. Again, there's a flap, the USB-C port, which is going to be generation 232 for super fast transfers. Left edge. Also in this plated module, we find the U-Smart connection, which is for connecting different accessories that Ulefone offers, such as endoscopes and microscopes. This orange button, also textured, can be customized for direct shortcuts to open the camera, turn on the flashlight. Well, all of this will be configurable. And of course, the SIM card slot where we can insert 2 SIM cards and a micro-secure digital card. As you can see, the buttons are very well distributed and within easy reach of your fingers, quickly and easily. On the back, here comes the surprise and the feature that we have. The camera module is located in the center right on the secondary screen, and around it are the three cameras: wide-angle camera, main camera, and night camera. Obviously, it has the flash right below, which also serves as a flashlight. But all of that becomes secondary when we have this lighting from below, which is actually dual lighting, red and blue, to emulate. Also light signals in case of need. This LED panel can reach 1000 lumens, lighting any environment we're in. And that's all about the design in this finish. Black is the only color available, and I'm telling you, we're going to see a lot more things in detail because it's still a powerful phone disguised in a rugged foam body. Well, let's move on to talk about the screens now, and it features a dual active matrix organic light emitting diode, and this is where the Armor 29 Ultra becomes absolutely fascinating. We have two active matrix organic light emitting diode screens. Both are spectacular, the main one and the rear one. And the main screen is 6.67 inches with a resolution of 1080 x 2400 pixels. It has a refresh rate of 120 Hz, and the colors are quite vibrant, the contrast is perfect, and the smoothness is impressive. But what surprises me the most is how bright it is, which makes it perfectly visible under direct sunlight. That's essential for a rugged device. We're talking about it having 2200 nits of brightness. The image quality is full high definition, plus its aspect ratio is 29, and as you can see, the control surface is very large, even though it has bezels to protect it from impacts. It is 396 pixels per inch, which makes it high density. It has a 10-bit panel, supports digital cinema initiatives, protocol 3, and a 240 Hz touch response. Now, the second rear screen is 1.04 inches with a resolution of 340 by 340 pixels. This is where Ulefone shows its innovation. So it's not just a decorative screen, it's fully functional. You can see notifications, control music, check the time, and even use it as a viewfinder for selfies with the rear cameras. It's very intuitive, plus you can use the compass, calendar, and more. We imagine this on a construction site with gloves on. The phone is in its case on site, and you can see who's calling you without even taking the device out. Or you're taking a group photo, and you can see exactly how the shot looks using the rear screen as a selfie, as was being discussed. The quality of both screens is amazing. We're talking about premium active matrix organic light emitting diode technology in a rugged device, something that was unthinkable a few years ago. As for the sound, even though it only has a single main speaker at the bottom, it sounds very clear with a very good contrast between highs and lows and with good amplification. If we move on to the performance and hardware section, now we're going to have a beast living inside this tank. And that's because it comes with the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus running at 3.4 GHz, which is absolutely brutal. With 2.3 million points on Antutu, this processor is going to surpass, as I said at the beginning, 98% of the devices on the market, including many conventional flagships. We have 16 GB of RAM low power double data rate, 5x the fastest memory currently available, and 1 TB of storage. Universal Flash Storage 4.0. This means that apps open instantly. Multitasking is smooth and you have space for everything you need. But what's impressive is this. All this power is optimized for Android 15, completely clean, no bloatware, no heavy interfaces. It's pure Android, with some specific optimizations for the device's unique features. And besides, it features next generation connectivity with dual 5G, so you're fully covered anywhere in the world. You'll have instant coverage and Wi-Fi 7 with speeds of up to 46.4 GB per second. This will also give us smooth performance and super fast connectivity on any local network we're connected to. Additionally, as always, it includes all the satellite systems for precise location, Global Navigation Satellite System GALILEO, and Multiband Global Positioning System, and everything necessary to always be well positioned and located. As for gaming performance, it's exceptional. It runs professional applications without any issues. You can even edit 4K videos completely smoothly. This device can handle any task you throw at it, from computer-aided design to live streaming. Of course, we included a test of the different games we always try out here on the channel. Now let's move on to a main feature of this type of phone, which is the battery and battery life. And here we come to one of the most impressive features. The battery is 21,200 mAh. To put it in perspective, this is much more capacity than some portable power banks. What does this mean in real use? Well, we're talking about days, literally days of heavy use. In moderate use tests, this device can last up to a full week. For field workers who spend days without access to electricity, this is revolutionary. And on top of that, having this huge battery will be able to charge other devices with a 10W reverse charge, which will allow us to use our phone as a power bank. And that's essential if we're out in the field or if someone runs out of battery at a difficult moment. But Ulefone wasn't satisfied with just a huge capacity. The charging speed is also really fast. It's 120W and it can take the battery from 0% to 80% in about 45 minutes. Yeah, a 21,200 mAh battery charging at that speed is just insane. The thermal management technology is impressive for handling that amount of power safely. The phone doesn't get hot. Whether you're using it, charging it, or playing games, the phone dissipates heat very well. And here's the cool part. The battery maintains its IP68 certification. This means that even with this massive capacity, the device is still completely water resistant. The engineering behind this is simply spectacular. And for people who work in remote situations, it can make a clear difference between being connected or being out of touch. Let's move on to talk about the camera system of the Armor 29 Ultra. This is where Ulefone has shown that being rugged doesn't mean compromising on photo quality. The first camera we find on the left is the 50 megapixel one, which is the general camera, the main camera. Right in the middle, we have another 50 megapixel camera, which is the ultra-wide macro, to take much wider angle photos and get closer to objects. And finally, on the right, we find the 64 megapixel night vision camera. The main camera uses a Sony IMX989 sensor with 50 megapixels. It's the same sensor we find in premium flagship phones. The image quality is exceptional, with accurate colors, excellent dynamic range, and low light performance that rivals the best smartphones on the market. But here's what's special. We have a 64 megapixel night vision camera. It's not just a basic infrared camera, but a complete night vision system. It can capture images and videos in complete darkness. For security personnel, hunters, or anyone who works in low light conditions, this is invaluable. The 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera can capture stunning landscapes and is perfect for documenting work sites or outdoor adventures. And the 50 megapixel front camera also ensures quality selfies even in tough conditions. 8K video is a reality here. With exceptional stabilization, the audio quality takes advantage of the device's multiple microphones. And for content creators who work outdoors, this opens up completely new possibilities. Daytime conditions with this Ulefone Armor 29 Ultra. Arm, as you can see, fully extended. This is how it looks at the maximum resolution allowed in this full high definition. I couldn't tell you exactly the frame rate. The stabilization is pretty good, as you can see. I'm walking even if I start running. Review, the stabilization is excellent. Honestly, this front camera is amazing me. This is how it looks. This is how it sounds. Even if we zoom in a bit, check it out, but not with my finger either. I can't open my eyes very wide, but it looks pretty good. Now it's time for 4K with image stabilization, which I can activate, but I can't select the frame rate. Let's zoom in with this 4K and the stabilizer on. It seems that the zoom, well, like all zooms, isn't the best in the world. And now I had to try it. 4K at 60 frames per second. That's right, 60 frames per second.
The stabilization is optimal.
And the focus, how does it work? As you can see, the focus improves as we get closer. Okay, front camera, night conditions. I'm backlit with this Armor 29 Ultra from Ulefone. As you can see, it's completely nighttime. I'm going to change the angle. I still have the front light, and now I'm going to step a bit into the darkness on this path to see how the phone reacts to changes in light. And when we enter complete darkness, the light is left behind, it starts to generate a bit of noise, it starts to look blurry, and stabilization starts to get lost. This is the most drastic test we could have with this front camera, as I said, in 1080 at 30 frames per second. With this Armor 29 Ultra, I'm going to bring the light closer again. Let's see how the sensor recovers. Now the quality is much more acceptable. Well, there is a little bit of shaking and the sensor does some slightly strange things, but you can see it in an acceptable way. Rear camera night conditions recording at maximum resolution, 8K at 30 frames per second. This is how it looks and sounds. As you can see, it's fully nighttime. And that will be the result of this camera at 8K on the Armor 29 Ultra. Let's try 4K at 60 frames per second. We're now at 4K 60 FPS. Image stabilizer activated. Look, how does this look? The truth is, it's amazing how clear and sharp it is at night. And look, I'm walking. And the stabilization, even though there's hardly any light, it looks really, really good. Let's zoom in now with 4K. I'm about 30 to 40 meters from the sign, and you can see it perfectly. We're still at night in 4K, but now the camping lantern is on. We won't go into the darkness here. I turn off the lantern. Look at the difference. I'm walking here at night. Now I'm going to turn the lantern on. Well, the change is actually quite noticeable. And it gets a lot brighter. Look, I turn off the lantern, and this is the difference. Let's move on to the section about resistance and certifications. Let's talk about what really makes a device like this special, and that's its extreme durability. The certifications, as I mentioned, IP68, IP69K, and military standard 810H are not just numbers on a spec sheet. IP68 means complete resistance to dust and immersion, and as it states, like in an underwater camera, we can submerge the phone for 30 minutes at a maximum depth of 1.5 meters. And the IP69K adds resistance to high-pressure water jets and high temperatures. And of course, the standard 810H means it has passed military tests. Resistant to drops, vibrations, extreme temperatures, and shocks. In the real tests we've done, this device has survived drops from heights that would destroy any regular smartphone. It keeps working. And perfectly after being submerged. We've also thrown dust and sand on it, and it doesn't matter what you throw on top of it. This device can practically withstand anything, and as for technology, it also comes with Gemini. And with artificial intelligence, you can erase people from photos, enhance images, and also create any kind of image using artificial intelligence. And this LED panel has 1000 lumens of brightness, 570 built-in LEDs, and a power of 5W with an ingress protection marking, 8 waterproof resistance. So we'll be able to work with it practically in any situation, in any dark room we find ourselves in the mountains, or even underwater. It even has special modes for ambulance and firefighters and sound signals in case we need them. When we're out of control, it's the moment of truth. The price. The Ulefone ARMOR 29 Ultra has a launch price of €899 with a special offer that will last until August 31st. And it will include an €85 discount plus a €70 gift package with a tactical case and accessories. We wonder, is it expensive? Well, it depends on the context. It also depends on our needs, because in rugged smartphones with these specifications, the price is totally competitive. We're talking about a device that combines the durability of industrial equipment with the performance of premium flagship devices. Totally recommended for those who are looking for something that really helps them protect their phone or carry a second phone in case of extreme situations. For professionals needing a device that operates in extreme temperatures, lasts days on one charge, and captures high quality content. This price is completely justified by the cost of replacing multiple conventional devices that fail in tough conditions. It will surely easily surpass this investment. My verdict is that the Ulefone ARMOR 29 Ultra is not for everyone, but it is for those who need it. It's absolutely revolutionary, and it's the natural evolution of rugged smartphones, showing that you no longer have to choose between durability and performance. Of course, we've left the link in the description so you can access their official website. And if we have any discounts, we'll leave them there so you can take advantage of that extra discount. It's clear that Ulefone has created something truly special. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are you up for trying out this beast? Leave me any questions or observations you have. And I'll see you in the next Tech Ground video. As always, thank you for being there, and may technology be with you. See you soon!